to What I Do. Remember, to get full episodes, subscribe to our Patreon. Support us. I'm in school. He's in school. We need money to pay for it. No, seriously, I owe a lot of money to the school. So, subscribe to our Patreon to get exclusive content. Yada, yada, yada. Like and subscribe. Make your comments below. Ask more questions. We love you all. Now let's get into why.
Y'all like this? I like this. I think it's nice.
Hi, my name is Nate. I'm from Silver Spring, Maryland. I work as a consultant, and I am today's whitespert. I think the first time I noticed that there was a difference was I was in kindergarten, and I just noticed there was another student. It was a black student, and he looked different than me. And I asked my mom why he looked different than me, and she explained that there are different races and different people from different parts of the world, and their skin is not always going to look like mine.
Round one.
Why do white people find it acceptable to just reach out and touch black hair in an unsolicited fashion? Or even, why do y'all have a fascination with our hair? Like, we don't see you guys walking up to each other and being like, oh my God, Sarah, look, your hair's so cool. I know. And then reach out and touch it. It's like, oh my God, your hair's so nice. And then you just accept it.
Kind of just go on from there.
Yeah, but when it's like black hair, it's like, oh my God, your hair. And then it's like, why? We just want to know why.
Well, again, not something I've done, but I've had friends who've kind of done this, and it's understandably why, but it is kind of an odd thing, as you say. But I think it's out of sheer curiosity. Your hair is drastically different than my hair, and sometimes it's like I don't know why it's acceptable, but it's like sort of how we're asking these questions here of one another. It's it's like, hey, let me just kind of reach out, and they feel like that's okay. Like if someone had like braided hair, like you said, your friend Sarah, who was like you referenced earlier, but they had like braided hair. They're like, oh, that looks cool. Let me just touch that, and it was like, oh, your hair looks cool. Let me touch it without asking you. But the reason is just sheer curiosity, I suppose, and like they are for some reason thinking like, yeah, this is fine. I can just go grab this person's hair and see what it feels like, see what the texture is, the density. It's not something, I'm not all that familiar with braids myself, so I don't know what they feel like, what they're like, but I think that's why they do it. And it's just sort of, something they feel is acceptable that they do with their friends, so if they consider you a friend, it's like something I can do with my friend over here.
That's the thing. Have you ever reached, like I'm just saying, like you, or like even, like maybe, like not something you've done, but like within your friend group, have you ever just like reached out and like touched your friend, like?
I think it's kind of like a girl thing. Like I've never gone, oh man, that like hair product you're in looks great. Like I'm gonna go, rub your head. That's not something I would do. I don't think that's something guys really do. But girls are a little more into hair and hairstyles and things like that. Maybe that's an over generalization, but
I don't think so.
And when I've heard this story told, it's always like a girl in a dorm room touching another girl's hair, and it's like, hey, what are you doing?
Or it's often, times it's, and when it's happened to me, it has always been a white woman who's done it, like, and she's just like, oh my God, like your hair, and I'm like, yeah, I have locks. So does a lot of people around the world, like shamans in India.
Not a lot of white people though. So
that's because white people locks are gross.
Every girl does it when they go to Bermuda or whatever.
No, I'm talking about like the white,
not braid. No. They go on spring break to Bermuda and they come back with their blonde.
No, I'm talking about like when you see like white people with like dreadlocks. Like even Jack Sparrow, that shit looked like the whole movie. I was cringing. I was like, how do people watch multiple Pirates of the Caribbean? That shit looked gross.
It doesn't look great. It's not a great look for us. So I can't defend that. Sorry, I can't defend Jack Sparrow. Or those movies. The first one was alright, but the rest.
It was alright. I'm just saying, like,
I lost count.
I'm just saying I was cringing because of the I was like, what did you do? Like, did you have too much like whale jizz in the ocean, and then like that's how you did that? Because like our hair naturally can grow together, whereas like y'all's, from what I understand, like
it's an effort.
Yes, there was substantial
effort. You have to try to do it. You got to I think you put like some kind of wax in it to kind of make it bind.
Is wax code for whale jizz?
I mean, I don't know what they make the wax from. Maybe it's from whale jizz.
I thought it was dirt, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's usually just hippies.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry to all the hippies out there, but
dirt.
They're all in Colorado, so whatever. They're not gonna see this.
That's true. Colorado does not have YouTube.
Right, this is a regional program.
What? Seriously?
Yes, specifically
You ever
China
hear that?
and
What?
Colorado
Hey, look,
do
man,
not have
They fall into the
YouTube.
same jurisdiction.
You know what? You guys threw me for a second. I thought it was something that I just missed. I was like, whoa, this is a new
You
development.
didn't hear about that? It was on the news.
What the fuck?
Yeah, get legalized weed. They had to give up YouTube.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
They thought that by giving up, they'd be like, oh no, what are we going to learn from? But then they remember it's Colorado, like mountains don't care. So
No, I still don't care.
we'll just smoke. We don't need YouTube.
exactly, if you're going to be Rocky Mountain high, be as high as you can be.
And be outside. You don't need.
So, this rule, this curiosity rule, because that's what I'm calling it,
Sure.
it only applies to friends, right? It's like you would think that
You should sort of know the person.
you should have an acquaintance with this person.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So I have a lot of acquaintances with coworkers that I'm very curious about. But I'm
Does anybody ever grab your beard?
No, but I'm gonna start to grab. Let me stop.
Grab
You
theirs?
gotta get it in like braids or.
Oh man, no, I'm not doing that. Not like that. What was it, Tech 9 and stuff?
Can you actually? Can you do that?
Yeah, we can do that. I can do that, but it's just I've had girls try to braid my hair before. And
I mean, I don't have a very thick beard, so as you can probably tell, like it.
I really don't even have a beard. This is like an advanced goatee. People just think it's a beard 'cause it's starting to, overgrow on the sides.
Yeah.
But thanks. Yeah, it's just I'm trying to figure out at what point, and it's unsolicited, mind you, when this does happen.
Yeah,
Usually the
I can see certain like girlfriends of mine think this is like, oh yeah, I can just kind of reach out and like I'm friends with this person and not even without asking, just be like, oh no, it'll be cool. Like I grab my girlfriend's hair, her hair's long, so Kwame or other people with long hair, they're probably cool with it too, no big deal, and they just are like.
Actually, your girlfriend, when we were at a cookout, she asked me if she could touch my hair, and I was like, I'd prefer if you didn't. And she was the first person who ever asked me
Without one step ahead.
without usually what happens is like they're already like grabbing it, and it's like, oh my god,
Is
can I
this
touch
cool?
it? And I'm just like,
You're already there.
like now you have and I'm always like holding in my inner like, I want to murder
I'm
you.
gonna smack you, but it would be inappropriate right now. So.
Well, I mostly think about the social context of what happens if I hit a white woman. And I'm, like, of all the things I'm willing to go to jail for, like, and I could say I'd be willing to go to jail for that, but, like, I'd be mad as shit sitting in jail. Like, I know later I'd be like, what are you in for? Fucking smacked a white bitch.
This girl touched my hair, and I smacked her.
Optics.
It's like,
Optics. It's about optics.
That's
It
gotta
just
be your
looks
tagline,
bad.
right? Optics.
it's like, well, everyone else is
If
like,
she was-
I stabbed somebody. Like, somebody owed me drug money. I killed the whole family. I smacked a white bitch because she touched my hair.
Well, if it was Amber Heard, it'd be justice. Justice for Johnny.
Nah, big facts though.
Yeah.
Fuck her.
Yeah.
AIDS dick.
Fuck her. I hope she steps on a Lego block barefoot.
Nah, I hope somebody kicks.
I've done that many times.
I'm talking about a Razor scooter to the ankle.
Those are tough, man.
Nah, I'm just hoping like somebody kicks in her door one day and murders her.
Oh, okay, that's.
Round 2.
Why do white people like Natty Light?
Oh, that's a good one.
What does Natty Light stand for? What is it short for? For those who are not familiar.
It's just natural.
Natural Light. Is it a Canadian beer? Is it an American beer? What is it?
I believe it's American.
I believe it's trash.
I think it's brewed in
Basura.
Milwaukee, maybe? I don't know.
Basura.
What good comes out of Wisconsin anyway?
Oh, come on, man. Packers.
Again, what good?
Oh,
comes
come
out of
on!
Wisconsin?
I guess, what was it, that Theo Ponce? It's like if you step
Giannis?
outside in Wisconsin, you might step in a little bit of 2%. And then where you might see just random yogurt just rolling down a hill. But, yeah, there's a pantheon of light beers that I think have a certain hierarchy, right?
Okay.
Let's say the Baltimore
Natty
brand
Bo.
Natty Bo, right?
Yeah.
That's at the bottom next to PBR. PBR is bird piss for those who don't know. Natty Light, I would say, is above PBR, but below Natty Bo. Now, that's not because I have any particular allegiances to Maryland, but I'm just saying, light beer is for people who don't think it's their fault and pedophiles.
Uh-oh.
So,
I've had many a Natty Bo and a Natty Light. So
Well,
where does it
I was gonna say, he's like, I've had many. I was like, oh no,
Hey, cut!
cut that part I don't know. What is it that you like about it? Let me stop attacking. Let me just ask. What do you like
I
about
don't
Natty
feel
Light?
attacked at all. So there are a number of lovely times I've had just spent with. I will just keep this to Natty Light. So
Okay.
it's a nice light beer. So you can been playing in a lot of football games.
Mhm.
Maybe it's halftime. Instead of a water, you go over. You just crack a cold one. It's not a heavy IPA or a dark Guinness. It's
Okay.
going to weigh you down, but you can go kind of get your afternoon started, having a nice Natty Light, and you can just kind of coast on from there. So it's other situations, you're maybe watching a couple college football games on a Saturday. You want to tailgate, you want to drink, but you don't want anything really heavy. Natty Light's about as light as you can get. So you can keep drinking beers. You can drink beers all day, and you kind of just you don't get weighed down. Like if you're drinking an 8 to 10% IPA and you have 4 of those, you're going to be getting close to, you're going to be feeling pretty good, but you're going to be feeling pretty good in like hour 2. And if it's like a 7 to 8 hour day, you got to pace yourself a little bit.
But see, that's the thing I don't understand about, like...
It's not a race to get...
But that's the thing with y'all, like the copious amount, like the more beer I drink, the more I have to pee, but I never feel anything. So like if I'm just drinking like Natty Light, like it's just like, or just like a lot of beer in general, especially like cheap beer, I'm just like, okay, like I'm getting full, but I'm not getting drunk. And if I'm drinking, the point is to be lit. Like I don't want to like...
Yeah, and I agree.
Yeah.
So like if I'm drinking, I'm not just drinking like I'm gonna have 2 or 3 and then go read a book. Like that's not.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not what I want to do either. But I also don't want to like, all right, give me like 4 shots of JMO and then I'm just gonna crash and burn. So I'm gonna be drunk, but it's gonna be for about 25 minutes and I'm gonna go to bed. So the idea is if you're trying to coast all day, like I don't know, like I said, watching college football. If you're doing something outside all day, you're playing sports, you're going hiking, you're doing whatever, but you want to have a couple beers, you want to be like good buzz drunk for a long time. Natty Light's not going to put you in a bad spot there because it's like, what's it, like 4.5%, 5%?
Yeah, it's a light ABV. It's a light beer. But my thing is, when
it smells like cat pee.
Word association suggests for me, when I think Natty Light, I think again of PBR and Natty Bow and beers like that. I think the following words come to mind: beer pong.
Yep.
As you said, tailgating, drinking games, binge drinking.
So white people shit.
Cornhole.
More white people shit.
Yeah.
Or beanbag toss for those who are
Bags.
Bags. Okay, that's a cooler way of saying it. Bags. Let's play bags.
Let's play bags.
Bro. See, I don't know, man. Why not Michelob? If you want to get something that's that light and you really don't want to like crash, especially if you're playing like
cheap.
It's cheap. Well,
You can get a third. You
cheap.
can get a third. No, I'm saying Natty's cheap. You can get a third Natty for like $20.
You can get a case of it, a crate of it for like 15.
Okay.
If that.
Yeah, the kegs are pretty cheap.
Yeah, it's cheap.
But that's the thing, like
it's cheap light beer. Like I said, it doesn't.
But see, like when I want to drink something light, I just drink wine.
That's
wine
actually,
is not light.
That's not light at all. Wine is very heavy.
Oh, it's light as fuck to me.
Its ABV is like 12%.
So if you had 3
glass.
Natty Lights or 3 equivalencies of wine,
But that's
3 glasses of wine is like
First of all,
12.
That's like 50. That's a whole crate by yourself.
First of all, you guys, you both should know this because you both know me. I don't just drink a wine, like a glass of wine. I drink my wine by the bottle.
Or box.
Or a box, that is true.
Box wine.
I do.
Shout out to box.
I have been
Yo,
known
put
to
up
take
in
the
the
bag
box.
out of the box of wine and stick a jar and straw in it.
Looks like a blood bag.
Yeah, I have been known to do
plasma?
that.
Nah, it's
Yeah, it's just. Well, I don't drink red wine, so people are always like, "What the fuck? Why are you drinking?" I was like, "What is that big yellow thing in the bag?" And I'm like, "Well, it could either be piss."
You drink wine out of a bag through a straw?
Yo.
Like the.
Well, I mean, I do know you, but I've never seen you do that.
Because the box wine, you take it out.
It's usually-
It's just in that bag. Okay.
Yeah, that bag.
It's
Not
not
like
like on
a
the
regular.
comfort of his home when no one's looking.
It's just like.
I do that. No, I
box.
only do the bag shit in public. Like I used to stick it in a backpack or like a small bag, and people are like, "What are you drinking out of the bag?" And I'm like, I just
Hey, he's a bad suspect.
It looks like an adult Capri Sun.
He's at the park like this. It was there ain't nothing in this bag, officer.
I've done it with I've
Maybe
replaced the
business.
Camelback too with this shit. Like,
Okay, so that's way more. That's a better subterfuge. Like,
I mean, mostly that's usually what I do. Like, it's the Camelback replacement bag.
I would totally do that if I'm just jogging. Just so.
Not while I'm
You're
jogging.
gonna see this purple stream come through. Like.
But what I'm
Okay,
saying
sir.
is like, but I'm saying like, okay, like if I don't like, if I'm not drinking liquor, then it's wine. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no.
Maybe that's why Nat doesn't get you drunk at all, because you're just drinking hard, dark liquor. I'm assuming it's dark liquor. I don't know.
I drink a lot of tequila.
Okay.
And
it's Aquila.
And also it's cousin mezcal. I don't.
Man, that's like fire in a bottle. I don't want to drink all that shit. It tastes like ash.
But here's the thing. Like, there's
tastes like some. Does someone put a cigarette in this tequila?
Okay. I'm thirstier now.